Well, it seems we have a joker in the audience. Welcome to yet another Friday evening stream for us Europeans. Good morning or good afternoon or good night for anyone else in any other time zone. White Panther is here, so we can get started then. Isn't that right? We are going to attempt something today which is far outside my comfort zone. Thank you for permission to proceed, Panther. Yeah, I'm going to be trying something today that's going to be pushing the boundaries of what I think I'm able to do. So it should be very exciting. Hence the yeet. This will be a challenge. We are going to try and figure out if I can save money. Actually, that's not even the primary goal is to figure out if I can dev at all, which I'm sure many people watching this stream will look at this and go, wow, what is he writing? Because it's going to be shocking, I promise you. But let's dive in first to the little intro. So, everybody, this is the plan. The plan is that we are going to figure out what my shopping behavior is like. And we are going to do that using data that my supermarket provides me for free. And it's kind of nice because basically you have a loyalty card, and the loyalty card allows you to receive all of your receipts digitally. So basically what I wanted to do was take all of the PDF receipts from my email. They send them to you by email. If you scan your loyalty card. Of course, if you don't scan your loyalty card, then you obviously don't get the receipt. But if you scan your loyalty card, then you get the receipt. And I want to take all of those PDFs and extract the data from them into Postgres so that I can analyze the crap out of it. There's a lot of problems with that approach. I'd prefer to have the raw data, but I doubt that my supermarket company, or this chain, which is one of the largest here in Switzerland, Coop, not to be confused with other Coops around the world. I believe they're all called Coop, but they're not necessarily the same company. Yeah, I don't think that they're going to provide me with my raw data because it's not in their interest to do that. But it is very cool what they do provide. As a service, I think it's pretty nice to get digitized receipts. And I've wanted to analyze it for some time. So luckily for all of you, I have already done this first step off camera, off stream, if you will. And my lord, this was a huge PITA. PITA being an acronym in this case, not the food. The recipe stream was last week. It's not this week. No, I did this off stream because I had to dive through my emails, which I didn't want to show on stream. You know, I can do like the privacy filter thing, but you know, I didn't want to show the email's on screen anyway, and there's 815 emails, and I had to figure out how to even get 815 PDFs out of my email. For background, I'm in Google's Advanced Protection Program. You can sign up for it voluntarily. If you just Google it, you can find the link. Or someone very, very smart will paste the link in chat sooner or later. And basically, the Advanced Protection Program means you can use hardware tokens to authenticate to your Google account. But what it also does is it locks down the Google account towards third-party providers. And so normally with this kind of scenario, if I had, to extract PDFs from Gmail, then I would use a kind of no-code solution like Zapier or IFTTT or whatever to just, point it to those emails and they would go over the API, and I wouldn't have to do any API programming because I'm not a dev. Like many other wise people here on Twitch, I'm not a dev, and so I don't want to mess around with the Gmail API from scratch. Basically, don't have enough experience or desire to try and sort that out when the primary objective isn't that. So to summarize, we now have 815 PDFs that we can work with, or around 800. A couple of them are not actually from the supermarket itself because they're a chain. They also give you them when you scan your loyalty card in other outlets like the restaurants or furniture stores and whatnot. But I put those into folders actually. I can already show that. So that's here. Basically got hardware store, some miscellaneous ones. They also have like multi-store, like I don't even know what that's called. Not a mall, but just a store that's kind of sells everything on different floors. Department store, I guess. And the restaurant, and then the supermarket. And this is the one that we're gonna want to have. I'd also like to spend a short minute talking about privacy, because I haven't actually talked about this on stream for a few weeks, and it's something that's very important to me, and working with data, it's something I think that everybody should hear as well. This is my data that someone or some organization has collected about me with my consent. By using a loyalty card, I've accepted their terms and conditions. They provide this data to me, so these receipts, they provide them as part of their terms of service. Now, me going through my own data like this on stream is not problematic in any way. However, I had to check whether these files actually contain sensitive information. So by itself, and by the way, all the PDFs are in German, so if anyone would like to already brush up on their German, feel free. I had to figure out if any of these files, PDFs, contain sensitive information. And actually, the supermarket chain or this company does something really nice, which is they truncate all the information on the receipt as you would also in the store. Like there's only the last 4 digits of credit cards and debit cards. And they've also truncated my loyalty card number, because that is also sensitive to some extent. But what I must say is that the data itself about what I'm purchasing and when I'm purchasing it and where I'm purchasing it says a lot about my behavior. And I don't think that it's a small thing for someone to kind of lay themselves bare a little bit to people on the internet that they don't know. Of course, Twitch community is a great place. I don't have any worries about recording this video, putting it on YouTube later as a VOD. I don't have any concerns about that, but someone else might. And so don't expect that just because someone has the ability to do this, and someone being a dev would be technically even more feasible than me, or capable rather, of doing something like this in an efficient way. Don't expect this from someone. I think it's actually a little bit unusual for someone to be so transparent with their own data, and this isn't necessarily the usual case. So what I'm saying is you're in for a treat, because I don't think that someone has gone to this extent before to do this, certainly not in a live stream. I have not found any evidence as such that someone would actually go into so much detail about their own behavior. Being that I'm not just an acronym or an alias on Twitch, I am myself as a person, and you can easily find out a lot of information about me online, about who I am and what I do. So with this information together, you would have a lot of information about my behaviors and my habits. And so I ask you, if you are watching this right now, if you're in chat, or if you're watching this VOD later somewhere else on Twitch or on YouTube, or if someone shares it to you because they've decided to somehow clip the video or who knows what, I ask you to be mindful of the fact that I am sharing a lot of my personal information. Even though the information itself is maybe not sensitive, in combination, the things that we might find out today, if we even finish today, that is, are quite sensitive in nature. And I ask you to be understanding of that. And I trust the community and I trust everyone on the internet with that task, which is maybe naive of me. But yeah, that is what I wanted to say. And so we shall get started. What do we want to do first? We want to extract text from the PDFs automagically. Oh, I should definitely quit stuff that I don't need, because it's just taking up unnecessary memory. How about that? Let's get rid of that stuff. Now, how do we extract text from PDFs? There's a few different ways to go about this. And actually, someone in chat right now gave me a very nice recommendation. White Panther it was, who recommended to use an NPM package. So that's, I'll get rid of this reference stuff. And I think that's a pretty nice suggestion. It's called PDF Reader. And seeing as I know more or less nothing about NPM, I mean, I've done a few things with it, but seeing as I know almost nothing, I'm going to just noob this. That is why I have added the tag to today's stream with backseating allowed. If I'm doing something completely wrong, then feel free to guide me in the right direction. Today I am far, far, far outside my comfort zone. Noob it. That noob would approve. I'm sure that they'll show up sooner or later. So luckily, I have NPM, so I can go ahead and install it. And that is the first step, is to install PDF Reader. Oh yeah, this looks good. I increased the font size because, oh boy, I wanted it to be big enough on stream to read. So let me know if you can't read the terminal size. So yeah, the first thing is we're going to try and extract the text from these PDFs. So let's see if we can do this. And I'm one of those people that likes to resize windows flush. I don't know if that's one of those things that people do. But it grinds my gears when they're not flush with each other. So I cannot, no description, no repository, no readme, no license field. Added 8 packages from 11 contributors, audited, found 2 low severity vulnerabilities. Okay, that doesn't seem like such an issue. However, I should commit this file, package lock. Forex, thank you for confirming the terminal font size. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. And I think it's your first time in stream, is that possible? Don't think I recognize your username. We have a very small audience here, so I think I would recognize. So now we have to open up cd node modules PDF reader npm test node parse JS test sample PDF. All right. Okay. So basically you point it to the directory that you want, blah, blah, blah. So this is kind of nested. I'm just going to do this with like a sample first in my downloads, just to see how it goes. So we could do like that. So I have the path, fine. So what we do is we do, where are we now? We go cd downloads. Yes, okay. Doesn't have access yet. I've been here once. I started following you after MC Nordic. Oh, wonderful. Another Nordic follower. You've never used this? It was just the top one on NPM with a lot of downloads per week. It seems promising, honestly. Like I don't think it won't work. I'm just very concerned about what's going to happen when I do extract it, what's going to actually come out of it. But I guess we'll see. We will see that, because there's so much here that I do not understand at all. So we will see. I may have to default to another option. My thing is getting the stuff out of the PDFs into Postgres, and then I can probably find a way to jangle it. So we have this PDF here. I'm just going to call it test PDF to make it easier. Maybe just make a new folder here. Let's call this PDF test. Put that in that folder. All right, so we have a PDF test folder. Plushy flush it is. So we're in downloads, and now we want to go into cd PDF test. So npm test. What happened here? No such file, blah, blah, blah. Is this 2 lines or is it 1 line? This is odd. Well, let's try the node. Node parse.js test/test.pdf. That didn't work. Oh, I need to make sure node v8. I don't understand that. Node v8 or v10. Your instance has 2 methods for parsing a PDF. They return the same output and differ only in input. Parse file items for a file name and parse buffer for something already in memory. Okay.
What you have is nothing more than a system of wires.
Okay.
It can show feelings.
Parsing lines from text. Here's the code required to convert this PDF file into text. Ooh, okay. It's using print rows. But I'm gonna need this to run on like 800 files. This is gonna be quite complicated. PDF with a password, rule-based extraction. Oh, look at this. Is it regex? Someone might enjoy that. Troubleshooting. Is it possible to parse a PDF from a web app? Oh, we don't care about that. I noticed you say regex, White Panther, but actually regex stands for regular expression. So does that mean you say regular? Which would be odd. I haven't heard that pronunciation before. It is based on PDF to JSON, which itself relies on Mozilla's PDF.js. PDF to JSON. Oh, this is even better. Are you actualing me? Leave me alone. Okay, I'll leave you alone. Regex. Converts PDF from binary to JSON. This would actually probably be better because JSON I can format myself. Let's try that. So I will definitely need to uninstall all the stuff I didn't use later, but that's a problem for tomorrow, Matty Two Shoes, and not today, Matty Two Shoes. So there's some warnings, but I don't think that's necessarily an issue. Let's just run the audit to see. Oh, without package JSON. Just fix it for me. No, that doesn't work. It's fine. So we have this. It's updated stuff. Regex as in GIF. Oh no, you didn't. Okay. So GIF stands for graphical interchange format. And so people who say GIF also must say graphical, which would be a way to describe someone who is behaving like a giraffe. In my opinion. Okay. I don't want to run it RESTful. Test. npm I npm run test. What is this doing? Okay. I'm sorry, Panther. Yeah. Do you like the song, by the way? It's by Harris Heller. I don't know if you know him, White Panther. SEO optimization. What do you mean? What do you mean by that exactly, Forex? So we've got a code example. Parse a PDF and then write to JSON. Left fs require. What? Where is this code? Where is this code in? Call directly with buffer. This is not in terminal. I need to write this somewhere. Oh gosh. What have I gotten myself into? This one looks rough. I just want to Google something. I just want to Google this because maybe there's an online service that does. Oh my gosh, please don't. But okay, what's it gonna do, right? It's just gonna give me like, I don't know. I'm just curious to try it. Let's see. Okay. Start. My converted file. Test.txt. I'm honestly a little bit afraid to open it. But we can try. Downloaded it twice. Oh. Wow. That's actually not bad. SEO optimization, it's search engine optimization. When you say that, the kitten will die. SEO optimization because it's a repetition of optimization. Yes. Or like key KPIs. Actually, there's quite a few of those. So this is not bad. There's no columns. I'd have to manually interpret what the columns are. And I'd have to learn to read the top of the file. Would that work? Would that work? Let's try a different way. Convert PDF to doc parser. I've heard of them before. I've heard of them before. Pretty sure it's not going to be free. Yeah, sure. Oh, batch. How many? How many can we do? Upload sample, 20 samples. Identify required. We give you a user interface and an API to extract. I probably have to pay for that. So it is worth trying to do it ourselves because... yeah, so someone's done it. Parse a PDF file, then write to JSON. So code example. This looks nice. Where do I write this? That's the question. I don't have any code tools for programming other than Sublime Text. That is literally my code tool. So I would have to write this in let. This is variable. Call directly with buffer. Yeah, this is what we were looking at. The difference that this one is white and yeah, VS Code would be the way to write this. But I could write it in anything, no? And then execute it through terminal? Does that really matter? Because I don't know if I want to set up VS Code now. Might take a while. Or not. Might be super fast. Ian! Thank you very much for the 100 bits. And that's very strange that it did not use my newly modified alerts. Let me just check that for 1 second. That is not good. That's not right.
Nice.
Yeah, so it should have used that one. Why didn't it use that? Strange. That's odd. Wonder why Streamlabs didn't use that. But your donation is highly appreciated, Ian. 99% of that is going to go to charity, so it's very nice of you to do that. Thank you. VS Code might help with hints and formatting. This is true. Well, it's here and I put it in the application, so there we go. VS Code. Really? Visual Studio Code. I'm a dev now. You're a dev, Ari, is what they would say. Cool, okay. Now I has dev. New file. Do I even have to say like what language it is or anything like this? I don't have to do anything. I can just run it. That's kind of cool. That's true. Okay, so we can do let's take this and see what we can do with this. So I have to tell it what it is because it doesn't know where to do anything, I'm guessing. Let's see. It must be like a... Where's the sidebar thing? I have not opened a folder. Oh yeah, okay. So if I open a folder, downloads PDF text. No, I don't need to save. Okay. So I'm in this folder, which is nice. Now I can make a new file. And this would be my code, for example. This is very small. Maybe I should change this. Zoom in. Let's zoom in more. I have to save this. Let's save this as convert. Select environment, node.js. I see. Well, this is the wrong place. It doesn't know where that is. That makes sense. So // is the current directory. So if it's just like test.pdf. Can we try this again? Run without debugging in node.js. Process exited with code 1. Huh, okay, it didn't... Wait a second. Oh, it wrote it into there. I don't want it to write there. Hold on. I'm doing this backwards, I know. And anyone watching this is like, is this guy a dev? I'm not. Let's write it as test.json. Okay. What's this do? Restart. Remember people, backseating is allowed. So let's run without debugging. How do I know if it worked? I don't think it worked. Don't think it worked at all. Which I'm confused about. I mean, it's in the right path because it's not... callback must be a function. What is this? Okay. So debugging was like on or something? Oh boy, there are no drops. I'm sorry, Panther. I need to still configure that. I have not had time to get games up and running yet. I would like to though. Most certainly. I don't understand the basics yet. I need to get the basic understanding, and then once that's clicked for me, then it shouldn't be an issue so much. PDF parser on data ready. So what's it say here? Parse a PDF file, then write to a JSON file. Yeah, that's what I want to do. What's this? Oh wow, that's for like stream of some kind. Oh, I actually need to save this as JS, otherwise it won't know. Oh, okay. That's fine. Does it know that it's... Can I just delete this? Does it know? Oh yeah, it knows that it's JS, okay. Now what happens? Run without debugging. I don't know. Node.js. How do I know what I need to run? I don't understand the run. Process exited with code 1. Stop debugging. I can make breakpoints here. Yeah, that, but it's still like, it's still running. Also, I have to actually run. Oh, I see. So it's basically I'd have to run it here. If I'm in the directory, which I should be, I'm in PDF test, so I can do node convert.js. Oh, invalid callback. So it doesn't like the callback. Ah, I see. I understand now. Now I get it. Okay, this makes sense to me now. Now it did that little clicky thing in my head. So the callback is not working. I'm such a dev now. I'm looking at callbacks. I need more space. I think like 2% of my stream time is resizing windows, I assume. Thank you for your help so far, Panther. It's much appreciated. If anyone else would like to chime in, then please do. There's nothing wrong with having a learning stream. Oh, so it didn't like the callback. Node modules, PDF to JSON. Strange. There's some weird stuff happening here. So is the right... Ah, if I only install... Ooh, yeah, that's a good point. I'd have to do sudo npm install pdf to JSON-g. Because otherwise it's only in... You probably want to do an npm init in the root. Which root? And then install it in the directory. Yeah. So I'm in PDF test, which is the root basically. Oh, I see. So it, because npm isn't in, I see. Oh, I see. This, okay. I understand now. Oh, yeah, it's already asking me for that, so there we go. You want to create package JSON. Sorry, typing on the phone, it's hard. Yeah, that's fine. Version. Ah, yeah. This is version 1.2.0. Description. Entry point. Test command. Yeah. Ah, okay, so I have the package JSON here now. So if I run node convert.js, but it still gives me the same error. Probably because there needs to be... I can try now the install. Yeah, now I need to do it. PDF to JSON. Refusing to install the name under a package also called... Oh shit, I shouldn't have. PDF convert. This is my silly... Okay. Yeah. I got this now. Now I understand. We're gonna save that. Okay. So now it's been added. And now I can do this. Okay, so it still gives me the same error with the callback, but the package is definitely installed. See, because it's here, I can see it in the dependencies. Yeah, that makes sense. Invalid callback. I wonder where the error is happening, actually. I put on the Surprise Me track from Pretzel today, and I'm surprised. Did I copy all the code from the example? Yes. I did. I did. I mean, it makes sense. There's variable which require with PDF parser is PDF to JSON. Node PDF test node modules PDF to JSON. It should be the right path. Yep, it's definitely in there. So that seems right. I'm not sure where it's going wrong. At write file. Is this the right syntax for current directory? Do I even need this? Let me see. fs.write file directory syntax. Yeah, but right. Oh my gosh, write file. Data and options. The data is test.json. Data is a string. Default UTF-8, that's fine. Asynchronously writes data to a file. Data can be a string, a buffer, or an object with its own toString. Maybe it's a problem of the directory syntax. I don't know. No. I'm not familiar with the function, that's why. fs.write file current directory. How to write to parent folder. Dot? Interesting. Or is the double quotes causing an issue? It might be a formatting issue. No, these are double quotes. Let's try this again. Invalid callback. What happens if I put this in single quotes? Just for giggles. Don't know if it makes a difference. Okay, hydration time. Yeah, I think I need to know where it's getting to. Let's see if it at least gets to there. Oh, it's not getting anywhere. It's not getting past the let, basically. That's very odd. Oh, really? Is that the problem? No. Save. Okay, when it's italic, it's not saved, right? But please don't tell me that was the actual issue. No. When there's a dot on the tab, it's not saved. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So I have to change this back to quotes. Yeah, okay, now the dot disappears, okay. So... this is kind of weird. It's very, very weird. fs.js. Oh wait, okay, here. Your mum. That's fine. Okay. So it can get to there. Does it get past here? Yes, it does. Okay. Can you log out PDF data before line 9? Yes. Better than your mom, isn't it? Is there a fast command to run this? Probably not. Oh, above that. Before we stringify. Yeah. Once it's inside, console log it. Save, then run. So PDF data is PDF to JSON form image. Pages object width 37.188. Very interesting. So it has data there. I feel like it's very weird. I wonder if log out JSON stringify. Yeah, I understood what you meant. That's fine. Don't worry about the spelling. Save. Okay. Yeah. Okay, the data is definitely there. Definitely there. I can see the stuff from the PDF in here. So the question is, where is it? It's throwing with the right file. This is what's causing the issue here. Question is why? Why is it throwing an error? FS is like a standard thing. I don't understand why this is such a problem. Callback must be defined. Test.json. Maybe they can't be named the same. I don't know. No. Invalid callback. The JSON stringify bit as the second param of write file is not a function. Oh. So the example is wrong. So I'd have to put JSON stringify into a function first. If that makes sense. Can I do that? JSON stringify as function. I have an object that has blah blah blah. Oh, so steep today, people. This is a steep one. Oh, my brain is on fire. JSON FN. Well, there's an easy way to do this. PDF data. Then we do I don't know, let stringy equal JSON dot stringify PDF data, and then we'll just pass stringy instead. Who knows if it'll work? Invalid callback. Callback must be a function. Must be a function? But it is a function. fs.write file with JSON stringify. Stack abuse. That sounds good. Read file, write file. Write file and write file sync using write file sync. Okay. fs write file. Student JSON data error. If error, throw error console log. Ah, yeah, see? Okay, so they have done that way. So basically, I had that. PDF data. What does the 2 stand for? What's the 2? Not sure what the 2 is. Let's try. Mm-hmm. Console log data. Let's try that again. Ooh, okay. Wow. That is something? Invalid callback. fs.js. So it is entering fs.js, but it's not doing this properly. Oh, my brain hurts. All right. So I'm doing this from a PDF. So we have Oh. Okay, so we have a JSON because the JSON object is created already. PDF parser doesn't have an error. If fsWrite file has an error, we can definitely have it output. Let's do it that way. Data, comma, error, blah blah blah. If error, throw error, console log, data written to file. Yeah. And I'm just gonna comment out, oops, SQL habit, commenting out with double dash. Let's try this again. Unexpected end of input. That's better. Where though? PDF parser load PDF. What's happening here? I used fsWrite file the other day and it wasn't this hard. Well, you're a dev, Panther. I know nothing about. I mean, I know how dev works, but I don't know how to dev. So this is why it is so hard for me to understand what's happening. Oh, it's a syntax problem. We need another bracket here. Something like this. It's about this nonsense being too hard because of the terrible example code. Yeah, I'm a bit disappointed with that, to be honest. Like, if you have an example, it should kind of work. Don't know if there's any. There's no like comments here, right? No. There's even a RESTful web service. Wow. It would be cool if there were like comments, like on Git. I don't know. There's definitely a syntax error, but I don't want this error thing. I don't really care about that. Data, fsWrite file data, semicolon. Invalid callback. So it is throwing the same callback error. I feel like it's a problem with the reference of the file. No. All the swear words that I can't say on stream are being uttered in my head right now. So this example is pretty good. You have you have a variable called data, JSON stringify PDF data. Maybe I don't need the argument. That could work. Invalid callback. No, it's the right file which is causing the issue. So fs.write file. Look, these are single quotes. This is making me really suspicious. Why some things are double quotes and why some things are single quotes. I'm changing everything. I don't like it. I think they're interchangeable, but I don't like it. I don't like it. What? One bit. I would like to get the error logging working there, because that would enable me to debug it further. Oops. Okay, one more time. One more time. Crazy that Daft Punk split, stopping music after so long. So I have fs.write file. Where is this happening here? PDF data. Then it goes into the fs function. Let's try like this. Let's take this fs function here. And let's comment this out for the moment. Let's do... And let's do the same thing as here, but with better formatting. Let's see what happens. Oh my gosh, what? No. Holy moly. What? How did that just happen? I'll open this with Sublime. I have a JSON linter. Oh my gosh, but this is like... How am I supposed to deal with this? I need to do some formatting. Okay. Okay. Something happened. So there's some weird stuff that we have to handle, but it did get the stuff out that we wanted. Okay. So JSON stringify, that's where the problem is. Null and 2. So let's try and pass those arguments. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna like try and prettify it. Oh, look at that. That's already much better. This is really nasty. All these positioning stuffs. I need to look up JSON stringify. Because there should be some argument stuff here that I can specify. Blah blah blah. New number, new string, new date. Value replacer space. Function that alters the behavior of the stringification or an array of string and number allow lists for selecting filtering properties of the value object. If the value is null, all properties of the object are included in the resulting string. Oh. So if I don't specify this, the replacer is optional. But how will it know? Space. Insert white space for readability. Okay. Let's try this, see what it looks like. Oh no, that does not look good. Okay, so replacer. Because you can do some pretty cool stuff here. JSON stringify. Replacer. Yeah, so I have some JSON stuff. AR. Using array, blah, blah, blah. Replacer 2. Oh, right. You can just write a function. You can just write a function. Package. Control. Install package. JSON beautifier. Where was it? JSON prettifier. Pretty JSON. Okay. Pretty JSON. There we go. So what we need to do is identify here the things that we want to have, like this stuff. By row. So this one, for example, Artikel, Menge, Preis. These are very important because these are column names. So how do we parse this? It's going to be very interesting. So you can make it's just very nested, right? So we have to figure out what's it in. So it's in text, probably. Yes. So it's in text. So we actually only need to work with text as the object, which is within pages. So pages text. So let me just write this down. Pages text. And please roast my code if it's that bad. So pages text, and then we have each object is called R, and then T. So then it's R, and then T is the actual item. This is very interesting. And how do I get the names? Size is S, probably. This is pretty interesting. I mean, this is the nitty gritty of data processing. For sure. Artikel, Preis, Aktion, Total, Zusatz. Yeah. Okay, so I can somehow work with this because each row is then, yeah, okay. I would have to separate off each R under each... How do I know which row it is? There must be a denominator for the position with CLR maybe? Let's look at the PDF again. So we have Artikel, Menge, Preis, Auktion, Total, Zusatz are on the same line. And then there's another line here. So technically, the last one is called Zusatz. The Zusatz has a CLR of 0, and then comes Lentil. So what's different? I mean, technically the Y value is the right one. Ah, yeah, because they all have the same Y value. So each Y value would split a different row. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. Just looking at this article here, I had an interesting problem that melted my brain. I feel you, my friend. I definitely feel you. So there's something stringified, and then today I learned you can take a second optional argument that can be a recursive replacer function. So if you make string or number, it decides about the number of spaces or text to be used as a delimiter. Ah, I have 0. I have 0. So if I do 0, reload, JSON, pretty print. So this doesn't change anything. R. So it's within the text. So we could do something like that. Null. Let's try passing the null just to see the change. Oh, that didn't work. Oh, there's nothing in there anymore, or what? Oh, that's better. It's the same. Doesn't actually change anything. So we have no replacer, but we could use a function as a replacer. So if we use JSON stringify replacer example PDF. Data. Maybe someone has done it before. No. Let's try. Replace text from a file. Ooh. This is far outside my comfort zone. So understandably, if you're not enjoying the stream today, I would understand, because it's also unusual for us not to be working with data yet. So if you prefer to see something else, that's also fine. That's totally cool. I'm going to continue with this because I like pushing myself. But I'm going to try and get this working. I think it's possible to do. But I knew that this would be the hardest part. So at least I had the foresight to know that it would be the hardest part. So what I need to do is when I process this data, I actually need to, when I do the JSON stringify here, I actually need to pass a function here. Replacer example function. There's some nice stuff here. Yeah, so boo boo boo. So if I do a iterate an object, then I could check for the keys that I want, which is what someone has already done, which is nice. I hope the fiddle's still there. Oh, very good. So I have my little iterate function. For var key in object, whitelist. So I would need to make a whitelist. This is a nice way of doing it. So I need to make a whitelist of the keys that I want. For example, texts and things like that. And then it will only output those normally. So I want to have pages and texts, but not everything from pages. That's where it gets a bit tricky. I might need to do nested things. Something like that. Let's try it out. So we will try. We will do here. Before we do the stringification. Here. So we will let whitelist equal. Let's try first with very simple example, just pages, just to see what happens. So whitelist is just pages. Then we iterate. Is that possible? Iterate on PDF data .g. What is it doing here? Why is it doing the .g? Is that because there's multiple stuff within G? I think so. Maybe leave this one out for the moment. Okay, so we have to console log the whitelist just to make sure that that's working. And we will console log also the JSON.stringify of the object PDF data against the whitelist as a reducer function. So that will appear in the console, and then we can see what happens. Oh, okay. So it's done something. Interesting. Where did it start? Where did it start? So there's form image and then pages. So if we do form image. Ah, yes. All right, so it is the problem. Oh, Dr. Dynamite, thank you very much for the subscription. You've earned yourself a very cool GIF. One of my favorites. Dino, I am leaning hard out the window on this one. Yeah, this one is beyond everything I could have imagined. Basically, parsing PDFs is hard. Just so you know. So where have we gotten to? I basically need to iterate over the PDF because everything is nested. So it's form image. I have to work on this. Form image, pages, text, and then R and T. That's basically what we're looking at. Whoa. Which is like that. So we have to do the whitelist doesn't matter because we have to do an iterate first. So we have to do an iterate function, which someone has conveniently written for us. So we have to iterate the object and return the object with the key. So if we iterate for I love collecting the first badges. Yeah, you can be proud of that one, most definitely. It's very appreciated. So if we iterate on PDF data dot, we can just go down the whole thing. Form image dot pages dot text. I think. And what do we output here? The whitelist should be all the other stuff. I actually want to run this. How do I run this? Run. What? This is very strange. Maybe it's because of the resizing or something. Did it actually run it? I feel like it's running it, but it's not showing any results. Maybe it can't. It's also possible. Okay. Guess we'll just put that back there. So the whitelist, what is the whitelist in our case? All the other stuff? I don't know, let's see what happens. So we have an iterate function. And then what? Blah, blah, blah. var whitelist, iterate on the whitelist console log function iterate. Yeah, okay. Interesting. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Cannot read property texts of undefined. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Because pages and then texts. Form image opens up into pages. Oh, this is not. Oh, I made a boo-boo. The problem is about objects and arrays. Oh, okay. Let's just try with pages for now. Okay, so it's form image, great. My whitelist is going to be only... My whitelist I only want to be just pages. Text within pages. So if I do pages This probably won't work. Let's try again. No, because it's not finding the path. So I have to actually give it the whole path of the thing that I want it to have. Okay. Oh, object array stuff breaks my brain. So it's gonna be, we don't actually need to worry so much about the iteration. I wonder though. So let object 1. It's a shitty variable name, I know, but let's try it anyway. Definitely need to hydrate. Dino, if you're collecting all the badges, then there's a couple more you should probably be getting soon. Because we haven't had a hype train yet. So you could get all the hype train ones from here too. Hydrate with whiskey. Good on you, man. Good on you. Do I need to? This is what I'm wondering. Let's try and iterate through the whitelist using object 1. Don't tempt me, I can't wait for payday, I need the bits. No, I never ask for donations. Definitely not. Like I said, I mean 99% of all the intake will just go straight to charity anyway. And I'll use a little bit if I need to, you know, fix something that broke or whatever, or pay for some subscription thing, but at the moment I'm doing everything freebie. So it's all good. Oh, Sociable Steve with the raid! That should pop up on alerts, but it hasn't, which is odd. But it is a raid. It's a squishy raid. So far, if you'd like to catch up on what has been happening, welcome raiders and all the squishies. How was your stream, Steve? Did you manage to finish the, was it poker or blackjack in the end? The extracting. Yeah, so what we're doing is we have 800 PDFs like this one. And they are all of my purchase history from supermarkets over the past, I don't know, 4 or 5 years. Stream was good, didn't finish blackjack, but got chat commands all hooked up. Oh, nice. That should be fun. Is it then like everybody playing the same hand at the same time? Or then does each individual person in chat get their own individual hand? Because that would be pretty impressive parallel processing. If you've got like 20 people playing at the same time, up to 4 players. Okay, that's very cool. Very nice. And a dealer, of course. Isn't Squishy the dealer though? Sounds like a cool name, Squishy the dealer. So yeah, we have 800 PDFs like this with my purchase history. Apparently on the 4th of May in 2016, I bought a lentil and feta salad of some kind and a pasta salad with pesto and chicken. And the thing is, I would like to extract this in order to figure out what I've been purchasing over the years, how much I've been paying for certain things. Squishy should be the dealer, otherwise it wouldn't all fit on the screen. Sounds like Squishy should push some sort of narcotics. Squishy the dealer. Have you tried my wares? So where we got to so far is let me show you. We can write a file, JSON stringifying our PDF data, and the file looks like this. Oops. It looks like this. And of course, the data that we want is like nested in some sub-object arrays, which is nasty, basically, quite nasty. So I'm just in the process of figuring out the best way of accessing that data within those individual object keys. And basically, this is an array. R is an array within a object, which of text is an array. Oh my gosh, a second raid? Gak. That is incredible. We've suddenly gone from like one person watching me torture myself to like 30 people. I don't know how many people are in here now. Welcome, raiders, for the second time. We are trying to extract all the text from a PDF like this, and I'm torturing myself. Let's put it that way. I'm no dev, right? I'm no developer. Ian, Ian, I'm here 3 times now. Have you been multi-streaming, Ian? Because I know people who do that. Yeah, Steve raided first, and that was about 2 minutes ago. And now you've just raided as well. This is hilarious. Very nice indeed. Much appreciated. Now that we're all gathered here, we can finally try and figure out how to do this, because this is like, whoa, this is beyond my level of comprehension. Everyone just copies you. Yes. I mean, assuming other people would get squishies and call them like squidgy or something. Let's start over. No, I don't want to start over from scratch. So what I've been thinking about is, okay, so JSON stringify as a function has this reducer thing, which isn't working yet because we can try using the whitelist, but it's not going to work. So if I use the whitelist, let's try with the whitelist. For example, if I just put form image, this is the path, by the way. Form image, pages, text, RT, but of course it's a different level of arrays and objects. It's nasty. So if we do node, I don't know what happens now. Let's reload this. Ducrot, is that the right pronunciation? I assume it's a French pronunciation. Thank you very much for the follow. So you see here, the form image, it doesn't go further down. It just takes that key because that one's been whitelisted, because that's this reducer function. So we need to find a way. Just arrived. Did you make it? Did we make it? Not yet. We haven't made it yet, but there's still time. There's still time. I mean, it's not a school night, so, you know, we could take our time today. The reality is that I don't know how to whitelist this properly. So we could say that the whitelist is object 1, but it's not right because let's try this first. Console log object 1. I just need to see what is actually being put out here without actually doing this stuff yet. Okay, so let's do this. Steve, turns out I'm a trendsetter and I didn't even know it with stream pets and electro swing and now raiding here. Are there so many people doing electro swing and stuff? That would be kind of awesome. Okay, so it output what I wanted, which is fine. We can keep this here. Everyone can see it. Sublime asks you to reload files once they've changed, which is nice. What is happening now? Oh yeah, it should have been output to the console. Undefined. Wonderful. So it can't find PDF data.form image. Let's try form image first. I think it's the right syntax. So this is array, no, object, and then this is array. So form image pages. I wouldn't say everyone, just the best people use it sometimes. I love it. Ledger swing is cool. I just put surprise me on pretzel today because I'm lazy. Whitelist is not defined. Oh, what did I do here? Ooh, yeah. Okay. We should probably leave whitelist in here. And just comment this out. Please, like, absolutely wreck my code if you think it's that bad. Can't access whitelist before initialization. Yeah, obviously. We've put this function in the wrong place. We have an object and we need to iterate, and the whitelist needs to be... So we have iterate over the object. So the function needs to be first. Fine. And then we have to have a whitelist. There was an example of this. Yeah, so there's this whitelist function. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's interesting. The keyboard commands are not the same in VS Code as they are in other tools. So we have that, and then we have a whitelist. Okay. We can use var or let, they're interchangeable, from what I understand. Now we have... We have struggles, is what we have. Struggling to hydrate, struggling to extract PDF text. It's just so rough. I don't know if some of you have a lot of channel points. I've added a couple more things, a couple more rewards into the channel points redemptions. It's worth a peek there if you've got some points burning a hole in your pocket. All these shoes hanging around. So we have the whitelist. Let object 1 be the iteration over that, and then output what object 1 is. That sounds good to me. Reference error. Cannot access object 1 before initialization. Ah, right, we need to. Of course, this is like a circular error. So the whitelist would be form image, and then we open up an array, form image, and then what's the file? Where's the file? Form image pages dot pages, for example. Undefined. The object is undefined because it doesn't know how to iterate over pages, because pages dot, so pages is an array, and it's going to be pages 0 dot text, or is it pages dot and then 0 dot text? That looks wrong. Let's try like this. Objects and arrays are confusing, right? It's still undefined. Pages 0. JSON format JSON lines. JSON 0, it would be 1. Ah, maybe I don't need to. Ah, wait. Pages would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pages 5. Let's try that. Assuming it's always in the same order. You're alert because you're tired and have a super early morning tomorrow. Gak, why do you have an early morning on a Saturday? That is definitely very interesting to know. Texts. I assume this would be the way to do it, but I have no idea. Let's try something else. I have to go unload a truck of bricks. There's an expression in English saying, gonna come down on you like a ton of bricks. And you writing that just made me think of that expression. I'm doing some reconstruction on my new place. Ooh, that sounds very nice, but hard labor, definitely. Let's iterate over PDF data dot form image, and then it's form image dot pages, and then output that in the console. I need to get to the point where I can actually see the structure, so I know if I'm actually getting to the right point. Iterate object for key and object whitelist push key. Oh, hold on a second. I need to whitelist all of them. Oh, that's so silly. Pages. Text. Truck is scheduled to arrive at 8:30, so I need to be there around 8. That makes sense. Text, and then we also want R and T. Now what? Let's find out. Let object 1 be iterate on PDF data. How did the example work? That was just the whitelist. So we have our JSON thing, which is PDF data. We have the whitelist. Then we have, let's get this out of here. So we have the whitelist, which is all the stuff that we want to keep. Then we have the function, which iterates, which we've just put into a variable. Iterate PDF data dot G. We can try form image, because that's the one at the top of the structure. So you're living at one place and working on a newer place where you're going to move into eventually. So we've got Thank you, Ian. This is what I pretty much want to do with VS Code right now. Is yeet it. Iterate is not defined. That's right, because we need that function to be there. We can define the function anywhere, that doesn't matter. For the whitelist. I think we're going to change this message. Just because I can. So I'm having problem with iterating through the structure of the JSON. That is definitely what I'm struggling with right now. Because this is the structure. And I don't know how to get through that. Very, very interesting. I can never get over how wet the fart sound is. Thank you, Ian, for triggering that. I've gone with the 50-bit price or 500 channel points, you know. So I figure if someone's watched me for 2 hours or so, they'll usually have enough channel points to pay for that. So I figured like 2 hours of watching me is kind of worth 50 bits. I don't know. Some arbitrary pricing right there. So I need to get into this structure. So the iterate function is doing that for me. Assuming I can define what is in the white list, which I have. Maybe we can just make a breakpoint here and run this. Oh, does it not? Okay. Run toggle breakpoint. Enable all breakpoints. Run. Start debugging. Oh no. Now what? Okay. So this is like a JavaScript debugger. Is that the complicated version of you just adding a 0 to 50-bit to make 500 channel points? Yes. Basically. Well, I thought 500 bits for a sound is a bit over the top, so... for var key in object. Yeah. This is interesting. So there is a debugger here, which is cool. I don't know. I don't know how to get past this. I really don't know how to get past this one. I really thought this would be... I'm just glad I don't have to pay bits to toot in real life. Just you wait, Ian, till the government is taking control. And when you toot, there's a sound detector microphone in your apartment and it debits your account 50 bits. Toot toot. So Panther's back. Look what we have. We're almost there. Most optimistic I've been in like 10 years. We are not almost there, but we are closer than we were an hour ago. We know that we can access the PDF, and we know that it's in a structure that is causing us problems because reasons. Arrays and objects, that's the main problem that we have. This is the structure. You're always almost somewhere. That's a beautiful quote. Or is it, wait, did you come up with that, Panther? You should put that on your blog, on your website, as your tagline. You're always almost somewhere. Could be on a t-shirt as well. It's quite nice. I like that one. I just made it up. Genius. So there's this whitelist that we use to iterate over the actual data in here. The whitelist should be picking out the ones that I want, but of course they're not all objects, which is why this function doesn't work. So what if we just do without the iterate function? You'd buy that t-shirt. Hi, Flickr. Allow list. Yes, it's an allow list. Oh, yes. I see your point. Let's do that. Very, very good point. Very good point. We shall. Oh, what? It's because I renamed it that it's working. OMG. Text array, which confirms. I like the shoes for the channel points. You can never have too many shoes, Ian. This is the reality. Anyone will tell you that. You know, even I've got like 15 pairs of shoes. When my partner and I moved in together, we started to go through all our shoes. And I realized that I had so many pairs of shoes that I never wore. I was like, I'll just donate them. You have too many shoes. Yep. Maybe my username should be Maddie Too Many Shoes. That would be original. Okay, so I'm happy. I know I haven't worn some because pandemic. Yeah, if you're not going out, then that is a positive side effect. You get less wear on your shoes. I don't wear shoes or socks. I never wear socks indoors. What about you, chat? What about all these lovely people on Twitch today? Who wears socks? Maybe we should do a poll. Can we do polls on Twitch? Oh yeah. You can. This looks like fun. Let's do a little poll. Open a setup menu to do a poll. So the question is, do you wear socks indoors? Responses: yes and no. Allow additional votes. Nah. Okay, we have a quick 3-minute poll. Let's find out. Do you wear socks indoors? This is how far we've gotten on extracting text from PDF, people. Honestly, we've come so far. So pdf.data.formImage, and then what? FormImage has a pages object. Pages. Run it again. Oh, it's equal. All right, so we have height, h lines, blah, 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 text. Okay, so we go dot text. And now? Oh, undefined. Why is that? Because it's an array. Pages dot 5. I think it's 5. Crap. What happened? We lost the plot. The poll is tied, people. You need to vote. This is an important issue that we need to figure out. Okay. This is the contents of pages. Oh, it's an array. It's an array with objects in it. Pages dot. Oh, I hate this stuff. This is so disappointed. Oh, I love that GIF so much. My partner showed me it actually. And the sound effect is just great. Thank you for the bits, Ian. It's most appreciated. Especially in a disappointed. So there's a few seconds left on the poll. I would expect someone at some point to break the tie. Like at the moment we've got 50-50 wearing socks indoors versus not. Which honestly I'm very disappointed to hear that. Oh, this is so let's output object 1 instead of taking PDF data. So we can have a play with it in here. JSON. So we have an array which has okay. Well, it's 50-50. It seems to be a split issue. I guess it depends for me if it's summertime, no socks, but wintertime socks. Interesting. Interesting. Very, very interesting. That you adapt based on temperature. Okay, so this is one... Okay, it's one object. I don't need this iteration thing. I really don't. I don't see the point. If we don't need this. We just make a little variable where we call it object 1. And we'll just we'll take out the console log because we'll just keep putting it out to file. And this is where we need to get to. We need to get from form image down to pages, down to text, down to r dash to t. So we are currently on pages, and pages is an object. Pages 0 dot text. This may be correct. Let's find out. PDF files output. Reload. Ah. Ta. Dot text, which again is an object. Is that right? So we have to be careful now because we want to actually get all of them. So we want to have text. If we choose 0, what do we get? Maybe I should console log it. I wish I'd not taken it out. Object 1. Just so I don't have to keep opening the PDF again. So this is the first one. Okay, so we need to iterate through this, which we can now use our iteration function, which this person wrote, which is nice. So we have to iterate, and I don't need this list thing. I just need to for var key in object. We just take object 1, blah blah blah, and now we will let object 2 equal iterate PDF data. Is that right? I feel like this is weird. I'm probably missing some logical step here, I think. Ah, SQL comments, people. Undefined, obviously. What am I missing here? Hold on a second. So we have to iterate over, this is just the function. From object 1 push key, I need iterate over items in array JS. For to figure out how to output each of them individually. That's the real question. Yeah, so if you have something like this, let's do a basic version of this. Oops. Where'd you get that emote from, Ian? That's a cool one. Glitch cat. Function. Iterate on the object. Ah, okay. And then for var I equals 0 less than. We have to see. Ooh, someone else has the glitch cat. I don't have that. Emote scarcity. Emote scarcity. I want to do... This is just... Oh, it's so nerve-wracking. Oh, very nice. Glitch lit. Has someone been part of GlitchCon and gotten all these beautiful glitch emotes? Oh, Mr. Noob. Look at all these beautiful emotes. Emoji wall is awesome. It's one of my favorite things. I love to see them just floating across the screen. It's almost like Panther's Blizzard function. It's close enough. Blah, blah, blah. So I have an object. I know that. Let's just do the for without calling the function separately. Why not? Someone should just activate the channel points redemption for emote only chat. If you all want emote only chat, then just redeem it. I'm sure someone's got enough points. 760. That's like a couple hours. No drops here, noob. We have to do that. Oh, Nebunet also has glitch cat. Or we can just spam emotes. Yeah, you know. You could spam emote. Definitely, you can. No drops, definitely rigged. Yeah, it's rigged so no one can win. That's basically how it works. And also no one can lose. It's basically ultimate equality. No drops, so no winning and no losing. 4. This goes back to like my old school JavaScript days, like 5-6 years ago. So we have a const object for, wow, these emotes, for var object 1 in prop for key. I don't know if we write this in JavaScript. What are these emotes, people? Sushi Hugh. Oh my gosh. Ooh, banhammer. Yeah, I do have the option to time out people. But I shall not do that because no one is disobeying any kind of yeah, no one's like going against the rules of the chat, so it's fine. I was in a very I was in a very, very aggressive stream the other day, where basically the person hosting the stream in the about of their channel had written, "There most certainly are stupid questions, and if you ask one, you'll be banned from chat." And the chat was in subscriber only. And I thought that was a bit much. I really did. And there were over 1,000 people watching this stream when I was in there. And honestly, like one or two people asked a certain question, and it was, I don't know whether it was derailing the conversation necessarily, but the person said it's derailing the conversation and they banned them from chat. And I think that was a bit much, and I reported that stream for harassment because I feel it's taking it a bit far, let's be honest. But yeah, to each their own. So to each their own. I have an object. Hi Flicker, you agree? Yeah, I if you're gonna put sub-only chat, right? People are paying money to be in your chat. And then you're sort of like exercising ultimate dominance by banning people who you don't like what kind of questions they ask. I think that's, for me, it's a form of harassment. Other people might see it a different way, but yeah, it's really. So I have an object. My object is object 1. And now if I do, yeah, so this is the problem, right? How am I gonna get every single one of them? I have to make the for loop. So we need a for loop object in JavaScript, which I have not done for a long time. Yes, like this. Okay, so we have const object.values creates an array that contains the values of every property in an object. Oh, really? Okay, so we have values is object.values, so we'll do object1.values. Oh no, sorry, object.values of object1 console log values. Let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. Oh my god, I just figured out how to get my reaction role to work every time I restart my Discord bot. Took me long enough. What's the reaction role for? Iterate is not defined. Oh yeah, I don't want to do that anymore. So we console log. Tell us more about this reaction. Curious what you did there. Oh, bam! Look at that. Whee! All of them. This is really cool. So if I do JSON stringify values and then output, PDF file was output. For accepting the rules to Discord, it will then give you a role to access all the other channels besides welcome. Oh, right, yeah. It's like the automation stuff. Yeah, that's really cool. Let's reload this. What does this look like now? Oh my gosh, we are getting closer, people. So I've now had it output every single one. And now what we need to get is this, R, and T for every single one. If we just get the value of T, that's it. That's it right there. That's what we need to get. So we have the values of object 1. And now we need to go deeper. How do we go deeper? Looping through. So we have our keys equals object.keys from object1. Let's output this and see what we get. Values is not defined. Ah. Those are all the keys. Very interesting. R. So if you use object.entries, you might want to destructure the array into its key and property. So we have keys for const key of keys, console log key. So let's not console log here. I forgot that you could single line comment with double slash. Totally forgot about those. So for some reason that wasn't working, which is fine. So we take that out. We whatever. So I got tired of me6 bot. Decided to make my own bot. Plus the profile picture is this awesome emote. Ooh, very cool. That's really something. Honestly, like I'm really impressed by people's creativity. Not only coding and programming, but also just like pure creativity in how they apply programming to things. It's really cool. Okay, so it put out now into the console. Hold on a second. I think I realized something. I've been outputting in the console up there. So it's outputting all the keys. My end goal is to replace all bots in Discord with my bot Flickr. Nice. Very nice. That would be very impressive if you could do that. So let's see. We have... Well, if the key matches the key that we want, but these are just numbered. So we should do... Once you've converted the object into an array with object keys, object values, or object entries, you can loop through. So let's try again. Values, object.values, const value of values, const log value. Let's try what happens. Keys is not defined. Yeah. Keep changing that. Yeah, so that's right. Now we want R. So if, and then, wow, how long has it been since I wrote JavaScript? Like a long time. If value equals R. Oh wait, equals in JavaScript is with 2? I think it's 2. Let's see what happens. Okay. Might be 3. I guess the value is not because it's because it's an array. Value, okay, value array items. Yeah, it's 2 or 3. Yeah, hi Flickr, thanks. So I have to access the array items. Each of these ones is an array item. What do I have to do here to get only one line? Double equals is for the like of defined. Triple equals is for exactly like defined. Yes. Very good. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. So if I do something like that, I should get, yeah, so I get these items. If I have the items, then I should be able to snack pack. What a song. If I have the items, I should be able to access them. Let's see. How would I access array items? Maybe it requires, maybe it requires a double loop. That could be, right? So we don't need an if here. Who the frick ate my snack pack? Legit questions. So we have a double 4. So basically, I hope no one ate your snack pack. Hi, Flicker. So 4, we have a const. Will this work? I don't know. Let's find out. I feel like this won't work. Oh yeah. Nice, great. We need to define I'll fight whoever ate it. You don't need to fight, High Flicker. No one is going to steal or eat your snack pack. No problem, noob. You were semi-AFK. I don't have a lurk function, so don't worry about it. I can explain briefly what my issue is. My issue is essentially that I just realized what I did. So const value of values. I'm just looping, which I don't want to do that. I want to see if this works. Probably not. No. So my issue is that, yes, I downloaded VS Code. I am now officially a developer. I will put that on LinkedIn afterwards. Full stack dev, all technologies. The main issue that I'm having is we have this kind of structure. Come on. Really? There we go. We have this kind of structure. Welcome to endless hours of debugging. Oh, trust me, I'm very intimately familiar with debugging because all we do in analytics is debug stuff. But what I want to know is how to access each individual thing now in here, because basically it's outputting them in each individual one. So it's a problem of arrays and objects. That's what it is. And so at this moment in time, I think I need to just do breakpoints. That would be the easiest, wouldn't it? Start debugging. So if I'm here, then I can actually use the debug console to say, what is values? So how do I know which one I want now? I want for each individual one for each of these array items. So basically for Ah, yeah, it's the I thing, isn't it? That's what that is. I know what I'm looking for, and I've seen it before. If you want, you could use object entries to get an array of key value, and then if the key is R, you can get the entries of that. Ah, yeah, that would also be. Okay, we could do it that way. Instead of doing, yeah, so I could use object entries instead of values. So if we do object entries for const, what does it output though? What does it look like? Value. Oh, go away. Run, start debugging. So here, value is const key value of values. So if I do, yeah, it's one layer higher, exactly. That's why it's a bit tricky. Hold on, I gotta get out of this. I don't need this nested thingy. Oh, I'm liking the back seating, people. Thank you, High Flicker. Let me just take a look at this. So we've got 4. Yeah, okay, exactly, with the array length. That's kind of what I was looking at. So if we've got 4, let I equals 0, I is the values dot length, I++. Formatting is not important. If you rename object 1 to entries, then it would be for const of entries, and then the current way you would have one on the entry instead of object 1. If I rename object 1 to entries, but how? Okay, hold on. I want to try it this way. So let's see what happens here. It's missing something. There's something missing here. What's missing? There's something missing here. My explain skill is minus 9,000. I just can't explain my thoughts. That's okay. I mean, I have to also try and figure it out, sort of, I guess. Don't know why it's spitting me an error here. Oh yeah, there's a bracket missing. Just curious what this outputs. Array is not defined. Or values. That would be something like that. Yeah, that's... It's hard to write code in a text box. Yeah, tell me about it. I could put this in CodePen, and then we could technically code together. But I kind of want to figure it out with your help and not have someone write it for me, if that makes sense. But I think I understand Noob's thoughts. I mean, not that I'm, you know, psychic or something, but I think we've got basically, if you rename object 1 to entries, then it would be for const entry of entries. Right? So it would be entries. So what you do is you do so if you say this is entries and then you do for const entry of entries. Let's output what that looks like. Just curious to see what that looks like. Oh, what's I don't know the commands. Toggle block comment. Good enough. Values is not defined.
Ah, you.
Yeah. Entries. Okay. Okay, we have each of them. Ah, I see. Yes. So these are each of the entries, and then this is where the if is going to come in. So we do if entry zero equals R. Would that work? I don't know. Let's find out. Console log entry. Show me. No. So that doesn't work because it's having a problem with the condition. I want to see something. If I do entry dot length, because the object itself isn't an array and there's no zero index. It's not, right? This is what I'm really struck. Ah, yeah, there's no dot length. That's right, it's not an array. But how can I check then each line? So if we have it like this, right? That each one looks like that. How do I check each line so that it just output the R? And then we go into that one and output the T value. How would we do that? It's just nested for loops? Really? .r? Oh crap! Is it actually that easy? No. No. Hold on. I think we have to iterate on this one. So this is now an object. There's some weird stuff here. They're not all in the same structure. Or they are, yes. Let's actually... R is an array with an object in it. Yeah, so we'd have to go through like R0 would be T, technically speaking, if it's the first one. Mm-hmm. Interesting. R0.t. Ha! Exactly. R0 would have an object which would have t in it, not t itself. Correct. So this, my friends, let's let so each of these individual ones is the for loop. This will be very interesting. So that's entries. Then it goes through a for loop, and I don't want it to... Oh, I'll just save this as a variable. Can I somehow add them? I don't know. Let row equal entry.row.t. So if I have a row and I do here row, it's not going to know what I'm doing. Yeah, see? Because I'd have to append it to the rows. Here in the console, it was just output each line individually. Ian, your timing was incredible, because I was just doing mouth fart sounds. Oh, it's return. Oh, of course. Of course. Okay. Let's check the file, people. What did it look like? Interesting. Really? Not even sure where we need semicolons anymore. I don't want it to stop there. I want it to stop here. Return just stops the full functions. Yeah. I don't know, let's take them out for the moment, but... Okay, it's not going past, it's not generating the PDF file. Because I can see that it's not logging that. I want a list of T, yeah. I want these to be appended. Ah, we'd have to create a new variable with all of them appended, right? Basically rows. We could do that. Append. Yeah, you just push, right? JavaScript. Oh yeah, that stuff I know, because that's like web analytics stuff. So if we make an object here, so we call it like let new array equal empty, and then we do here new array dot push with the value, and let's console log new array. Who was faster now, my friends? Who was faster? Row is not defined. I know. Thank you. Oh my god. Did we just do it? OMG. Chat, we did it! We totally did it! Oh my gosh. And what's great about this, these are key object pairs. I am a dev. I am a full-fledged dev. Bow before your developer, king. Oh my gosh, this is incredible. These are basically key value pairs. Let's look at the original document so we can compare. So we have, some of them don't have columns, right? That's fine. We can implicitly clear that. We can implicitly read this when we input this. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. Chat, this is just crazy. I can't believe that we actually managed to do this. Blows my mind. Really blows my mind. Well, the thing is, they don't all have this key value relationship. That's the problem. So for example, this Artikel Menge Preis Aktion Total Zusatz, this does have relation. This is a table. I could truncate here. I could definitely do that. But that's... wow, this is really incredible. Chat, what did you think of today's stream? Because I could have done this stuff off stream, but I wouldn't have made it without you. That's the reality. Without your support, I wouldn't have been able to do this on my own. Terrible. At least you're honest. See, because I'm trying to walk the line of showing interesting things and also at the same time pushing my own knowledge, and developer stuff like this pushes the boundary for me way beyond what I thought was possible, which makes me super happy. And there's this, you know, vielen Dank für Ihren Einkauf. So now we can just parse these strings and stuff. This is just HTML coding. I love node.js, so stuff like this is in my comfort zone. I'm glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. The next step will be, we have to figure out, so we've managed to extract the text automagically. Let's put a question mark in there. I mean, we've extracted the text, but we need to do it for all of the PDFs. This was just one. We still need to loop 800 PDFs. So basically, we will need to define, basically PDF parser.load PDF will happen once we load all the PDFs. And that's a little bit of a tricky thing because the PDFs are named differently. So we might have to actually rename them. Problem is, well, I mean, it's just that okay, one sec, I gotta open my drive. The PDF stuff, let me just show you. So the PDFs, they have this kind of notation. So these ones are not named that great, but they normally have the notation of the name of the supermarket, so like where it is, what type of store it is, and then there's the timestamp. And the timestamp is in the file. So technically speaking, I'm not so concerned if we just named them 0 to 800 something. I don't know how many there are. However many files this is. 787. Why don't you just do dot... Oh, right. Can you do that? Really? Okay. Yeah. I'd have to handle the output being in different files because I'd like to output them. Oh, actually, no, I need to output them into. Okay, so this is one object, right? No, this array. Sorry, array with list. And I basically would need to output each of them as an array item. Yeah. But I think that's something for Monday's stream, to be honest. Because this took it out of me. Each one will be an array index. Yep, exactly. Exactly. So I think that yeah, I think that's something I will save for Monday's stream. because I'm happy where I got to today. And I don't want to dive into now iterating over multiple PDFs yet before I'm happy with this kind of formatting. I'm not sure I want to leave it this way because it means that I'm gonna need to do formatting to import into Postgres, which I'm not sure I want to do. The end goal, hi Flickr. It's very good that you ask. The end goal is very simple. The end goal is to answer some questions, as we always want to do. So I want to save the text and clean it up and put it into Postgres, and then analyze the sheep out of my shopping purchase behavior. So for example, which items do I buy most? What are high value items that I buy? What are my purchasing frequencies? Insight nuggets. What discounts do I profit from most? The thing is why this is such a great idea. I'm convinced it's going to save me money. Because let's look at this PDF. I'm just going to show you. Let's just look at one randomly. Okay. This is a purchase that I made. Now, there is a lot of information here. Oh, this one doesn't have that example that I want to show. Here we go. So this is an example purchase that I made in 2019. And this is interesting. What will you buy next? Oh my gosh, prediction models? Well, just knowing more about your behavior makes you more aware of it. But look, okay? Look, people, look at this. So this item was on sale because there is a price in the action table. So we know Aktion means discount, basically. So the normal price is here, and this is the special price. So I know if this price minus this price is how much I saved on this item. Honestly, the AI part I would use for reading what the texts are and figuring out how to classify them into categories of food. So basically, like, this is mushrooms. So mushrooms are in its, I don't know, vegetable category or whatever it is. Natura beef X-Stück something 9.5 kilos is raw beef. Rinds carpaccio is also raw beef. And rösti is potato. And I mean, there's no way that I can know that from text. I would need a dictionary to figure out those items, or, you know, go to their website and scrape all their products and figure out what category they're in, stuff like that. I mean, I'm happy to try all kinds of stuff. You know, just go to coop.ch and you basically just scrape it to find all these names and build your own index and stuff. It would be pretty crazy. But I'm really happy with where we got to, really. This is like beyond what I could have imagined. So it's definitely like a 3-4 stream thing. Like, until we get to the point where we can analyze the out of my behavior. Also, like, how behavior changed over time. Like, I've been with my partner for around 3.5, almost 3.5 years. And I'm sure that my purchasing behavior also changed since we're living together, for example. Not only in volume and price, but also maybe which items I purchase and things like that. And I think it would just be a fascinating kind of measure yourself project kind of thing. So this code is saved. I have now become a developer thanks to Twitch chat's help. I'm super happy about that. Yeah, that's a great way to end today's stream and go into the weekend feeling like an absolute boss. Definitely. I'd like to extend a very large thank you to everyone who contributed today. I appreciate you. Thank you very much for your time and your contributions in chat. To everyone who donated or subscribed, thank you as well. Your money is going to a good cause. I'm supporting a charity here in Switzerland since many years. And I look forward to seeing y'all on Monday, where we start the week off by diving more into automating this process. And hopefully, if we can get all the data in Postgres, then it's just SQL from there. And that we can do super fast. So we can get into all the nitty-gritty questions. And who knows, maybe we can run some basic machine learning, because there is a way to do machine learning in SQL. And I have it bookmarked, so it's just a matter of having the right data set to do it. And this would be a big enough data set where it would be worth it. So thanks y'all again, and hope you enjoy the weekend, and good evening, good night, good morning, good afternoon, no matter what your time zone is. And take care. Bye-bye. Oh yeah, of course we are going to raid someone. Let's check out who's around. Who are we gonna raid? So if you've enjoyed the tech part of today, then we are going to raid professional grade beginner. Happy weekend, y'all.